Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Darkest Night. And we played until now 2 turns, so this is the second video. Not too much happened until now. We started the game with 1 blight in every area, and then in 4 of the 6 areas we had an additional blight. Kind of determined it randomly. It was just a try to find some kind of balance between 2 blights in every square and only 1, because I wanted kind of a balance here when it came to difficulty. Now here's the ghoul infestation, and I forgot to place a time marker here at the end of last round, so I did that now. And as you can see, my group is completely here standing in the castle, and here in the swamp is the necromancer. We all have quite a bit of stealth. Nobody is below 5, so we are quite safe here, that the necromancer might not find us. Problem is though that the scout and the wizard, they only have a grace of 2. Yeah, so they both already took some hits here. Okay, now our short time strategy is to well, it's not just a short time strategy, it's basically the strategy of the game. We want to pump up our heroes. We're going to do that here, especially in the castle. We're standing there, and that's where we can find supply caches and treasure chests. And both of these will give us additional power cards. So that's what we're trying to accomplish there. And once we have some certain strength, we're gonna try to find some clues and then hopefully kill the necromancer. But of course we will have to take care of some other things in between. I'm pretty sure about that. It's probably not going to be such a smooth ride. Okay, so luckily for us, the scout, she was a little earlier here in the castle, checked out the area, and she found some secret paths. That's pretty cool. So she can use these now, the secret paths here, and says activate in your location at any time. Any time in this game means any time. You know, doesn't matter when. Must not be the turn of the scout. Could be any player's turn. Could be the necromancer's turn. Doesn't matter. You can play. You can do that any time. So she's gonna activate that. Here is in this location roll +2 dice when eluding. Okay, cool. So we're gonna place an active marker over here. However, by the end of the turn, we gotta deactivate and exhaust this ability. But I want to avoid the zombies, so it's a pretty good idea if the scout guides us on these secret paths around this zombie infestation, and so that we are both safe, because especially the scout and the wizard with their 2 grace, they don't want any more trouble there. In addition, I think I want to start with the scout, because she also has treasure maps for the area. Well, technically it's for every area, but you know, I want to bring up a little bit of story here. So she's got these treasure maps, and works basically the same, but it costs an action. Activate in your location, then search. So she can activate this thing, and then she has basically a second action, and then it means she can search. All heroes roll +1 die when searching there. Deactivate and exhaust at the end of the round. Okay, so we can now roll 2 dice. But before we do that, and actually before we can activate this thing, we have to draw an event card. And it says panic. He tells the story quickly and out of order. Add a time marker to a quest currently in play. Okay, well, that's not too bad. So we simply place a second time marker here. I'm actually considering ignoring this quest. If we do that, then the darkness will grow by 1 space. But I think that's okay. So then we're going to activate the treasure maps and we will search there with 2 dice. We only need a 2, so I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. And yes, actually we got now 2 successes, a 6 and a 4. So what we're allowed to do at that point, we can draw 2 map cards, check out the results of both of them, of the castle, and then choose one of them. Okay, so that would be a supply cache. That's pretty awesome, because we can, in this way, we could draw 2 power cards, keep one, place the other at the bottom of the deck. The other one is this book here. I don't know what that is, to be honest. It's the Tome of Retraining. Discard at any time to put one of your power cards at the bottom of its deck and then draw 2 power cards. Wow, I mean, that is pretty awesome. But, I mean, that's a very strong one. I'm not sure. I think I'm kind of happy with the ones that I have here. I mean, I might consider maybe discarding the secret paths. They don't seem terribly powerful to me. So yeah, I think actually I'm going to use this Tome of Retraining. And I'm going to use it right away. So then I'm going to discard the secret paths. Now it's an interesting thing. If I discard that thing, does it mean... Yeah, it probably doesn't count anymore. So I don't want to do that because I want to have the advantage of eluding in this turn. So then I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the supply cache then and simply draw 2 cards and pick one. So that is rest easy. Exhaust to let every hero at your location gain a spark. That's an action, not a bad thing. Awareness, +1 die when searching. I guess I want that. I think I want that one. That's pretty strong. We are pretty much at the beginning of the game, so being good in searching is an important thing. And therefore, I want that ability. Especially because if I use the rousing melody, but it's not a tactic. No, so anyway, so yeah, that was not too bad. And then we got to elude the zombies here. If I'm not mistaken, we need a 4. No, it's only a 3. So because of the path, we have 3 dice, and we need a 3. So, and we did that easily. And then our turn is over. Okay, then I want to play the Bard. And we also will draw an event card. That is a demon. The stench of sulfur and a fiery glow tell you immediately what manner of fiend you are facing. Compared to stealth, we have a stealth of 5. So that is a fearful demon. So we could either fight that guy with a 3 combat, or we could try to elude him, and we would need a 4 to do that. I think it doesn't really matter. I think I guess I'm gonna go with the trickery here. I could also use the secret path, but in the end it doesn't really make a difference. So we're gonna do the trickery, 3 dice, and I gotta subtract 1 from the highest die. So basically I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna need a 4, which I have. So we managed to fight, we managed to defeat this guy. Okay, and then I want to use the rousing melody here. Deactivate all melodies and optionally activate. That's what we're going to do. We activate this thing. And then it says take a free action. While this is active, heroes at your location may use tactics of other heroes at your location. Deactivate and exhaust if your grace decreases. Okay, so now we can do our free action, and we're also going to search. We got +1 die because of the treasure maps, so I can roll 2 dice. And we also have 2 successes, so we can also draw 2 cards. And that's kind of interesting. Here we have a treasure chest, which gives us a power card. And this is this, gosh, I don't even know what that is called. Soothing Lyre. Discard at any time to refresh all powers of all heroes. I mean, that thing is awesome, there is no doubt. And it would also fit to the Bard. But it's also tempting to power myself a little up. That's a tough call. It really is. I think I'm going to take the treasure chest, although the other one is really good. But I'm not that strong at the moment, and I need more power cards. So that is a fabled treasure. Immediately, look at the top 3 cards of the artifact deck. Draw 1 and shuffle the rest back in. Then remove this card from the game. This is amazing. This is completely insane. The reason is these artifacts can be really super powerful. And therefore that's great. So we got to remove the card from the game. And, well, I think I'm going to place them. I'm going to place it underneath anyway. It's a little... Let's do it like this. Okay. And we're going to check the top 3 cards, and many of them are just great. You can see these are extremely great things. The Mask of Indignation, and they are also super hard to get. You may spend 1 grace before making any die roll for +2 dice on that roll. Okay, that's not bad at all. I don't know if it's good enough. There are better ones, I think. The Ghost Mail. At the start of your turn, you may spend 1 grace to gain 1 stealth up to default, or spend 1 stealth to gain 1 grace. That's pretty awesome. That is definitely an option. Or the last one would be the Robes of Ascendance. +1 die roll on all rolls while your grace is greater than or equal to your default grace. No, that's not so great, I think. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I don't think so. Tough call. It's a tough call, actually. But I don't know. I don't think I want to do that. So I think I'm going to use the Ghost Mail. You may spend 1 grace to gain 1 stealth, or spend 1 stealth to gain 1 grace. I think that's pretty strong. We might actually consider giving this to one of the weaker characters, for example, maybe to the scout, because she has a ton of stealth, but only little grace, so she might be a very good candidate for this. And I think I'm going to give it her right away. Let's read the text here. As light as a child's daughter and as cold as the north wind. You don't feel the blows that strike it. Awesome. So yeah, I think I want to give the ghost mail for now to her. And the cool thing is, if you're in the same space with other heroes, you can completely freely trade any items. There are absolutely no restrictions about that. And that is just amazing. And yeah, it says at the start of your turn. Okay, but it's still pretty awesome. Okay. Actually, I'm considering giving it to the wizard, but I don't know. I don't want the necromancer to see me, so I don't want to spend stealth at the moment. I think it's fine with her. Okay. And yeah, then I'm done, and I'm simply gonna flip this. Actually, I'm not quite done. I have to do the roll for the zombies. I want to elude them, so we're gonna do that without the trickery, using the secret paths, and we easily did that. Okay, cool. So then it's let's do the wizard. So we're gonna simply draw an event card for this guy, and that is a black banner. The emblem bores through your eyes and sinks into the pit of your stomach. Count the blights in your location. Okay, we got 2. So that means it's a lick. Okay, we can either try to fight it or to elude it. Luckily, we are pretty good in eluding because of the secret paths. So we're going to use that. And well, I mean, the thing is, we could still use tactics. Question is, do we want to do that? We can use one tactic during a combat. The secret paths are not a tactic. So we might actually... And we can use tactics of other heroes too. So that's kind of interesting. We could, for example, roll 5 dice. The trickery, we could use the trickery, which is 3 plus 2. So it's 5 dice and subtract 1 from the highest. So that means we would need a 6 with 5 dice. Or we need a 5 or a 6 with 3 dice. That's tough. I don't know, man. Let me see. Okay, so like many nerds, I made kind of an odds table when I had some time. I was bored on the work, on the job, and I started to doing some odds. So the thing is, if I need a 6 with 5 dice, would give me, I've got a 60% chance basically. And if I need a 5 or 6 with 3 dice, I got a 70% chance. Okay, so obviously we're gonna go with the 3 dice, which means we're simply gonna use the secret paths here. And we did it. Very good. So, and then I also want to search, which means I can roll also 2 dice. And that is a 6 and a 4, so 2 successes, which means we are allowed to draw 2 cards. Both give us a supply cache, so we can draw 2 power cards and choose one. The Arcane Energy. Exhaust at any time to refresh all your other powers. Well, that is pretty awesome, no doubt here. The Haste. You may deactivate an active rune to take a free action. Okay, that's a bonus. In addition, we could activate this thing, and while it is active, we could deactivate it to take a free action. Okay. That's kind of an interesting one too. Huh. Yeah, it's a little tricky. I mean, the cool thing is, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could. It's not bad if you have the option, for example, to enter somewhere and then do something there without having an event there or something, or without having to face. I could, for example, from here, I could enter here and fight these guys, or one of them, without facing him at the end of my turn, you know, if you understand what I mean, because I basically have a double action here. But on the other hand, during another turn, I simply lose that action. So I'm not sure if this is really that great. It's a tough call. It really is. I mean, I think I want to use the Arcane Energy. It seems a little better to me. I think I want to do that, yeah. Also because I really need that rune of nullification now, so I don't want to deactivate that rune. So I think the Arcane Energy is pretty cool, and it might be helpful during a given time. But yeah, there are definitely better powers, I think. Okay, and now we gotta sneak past the zombies. So we're gonna roll 3 dice. Oh, yeah, we did it. It's a 3. We're good. And eventually it's the Valkyrie. We also draw an event, of course. Shadow Sight. Okay. Roll 1 die and pick one. That sounds a little weird because, well, pick one, but it is possible. For example, if we had sparks or something, or we could also spend, by the way, this thing here, deactivate after any die roll to add 1 die. So it is possible to roll more than 1 die during this thing, and then you pick one of these results, right? Okay, so for now we only have 1, so we roll, and that's a 1. That's probably not that great. It says exhaust a power. Yeah, that sucks. That is bad. Problem is, I don't wanna use this. Shit. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I think I'm gonna exhaust the Rich in Spirit. It also gets deactivated that way. That's not cool, but okay. I want to have the option to add a die roll. I want to do that in case this guy moves toward us. I want to keep this, and I also don't want to spend this additional roll for the event card here. So I was pretty unlucky here, but okay, these things happen. And so then I'm gonna also search No, actually I can only search with 2 dice. Shit. And we are successful with both. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. And again, a treasure chest. Ooh, and that is a mystery. I kind of prefer the mystery here, because that's what we need in the end to destroy the necromancer. We get clues by solving mysteries. So that's a neat option. And as you can see here now, officially, basically this is not the place to find mysteries. You know, but sometimes there are exceptions, and as you can see here, this is one of them. So we're going to draw one of these mystery cards and see what happens. And it says the trials. So first, when you draw mystery, you immediately get the number of clues written here on the upper left, which is 0. Great. Okay, let's see. The origin of these trials is long forgotten, but they still guard their secrets, silent and patient. How many of these tests can you endure? Okay, so we got to place this thing at a random space, and it says, as an action, and it seems to be a permanent card, right? As an action, draw events until your stealth or your grace decreases, or you leave the location. +1 clue for each event resolved, then discard this card. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Let's see. That's interesting. So let's see where we got to place the card first. That is a 2. That means it shows up in the ruins. Okay, that's not so. Okay, why not? I mean, it's okay. That's yeah. That's not easy. Okay. I mean, if we move down there as a party, and then, you know, basically, if we stay there for 2 turns or so, and nobody loses stealth or grace, I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Now, this is one where I want to check this compendium. Let's see if it says something there, because this seems a little weird. The trials, exactly. Using this card only costs 1 action, no matter how many event cards you end up drawing. Okay, now I get it. I wasn't sure if it refers basically. No, yeah, but it's pretty clear. If it refers on the event cards you draw at the start on the game, but that is not the case. Okay, I get it now. And that's pretty cool. You know, if there is anything which isn't terribly clear, you can always check up these the compendium, and in this case, it's written here, and that's pretty awesome. So we simply draw event cards until we get into trouble, and until then we get additional clues. Cool. Okay, that's pretty neat. Yeah, and then I have to roll for the zombies, and it's the Valkyrie. So she has to roll also 3 dice now. Ah, come on. Yeah, but she made it. Okay. So then it's the wizard. No, it's the necromancer. And first, darkness goes up 1 space. And we simply roll a die and see where he moves. That is a 5. Now that means he doesn't see any one of us, which is good, right? He would have needed a 6. And when he has a 5, he moves now back into the village. So he goes in here, which isn't too cool, but okay. And then we got to create a new blight. And we got corruption in the village. Okay, there we go. And it means no bonuses may be used there. So, for example, the +1 die when searching here. As long as there is corruption, we cannot use that thing. And again, I forgot to place a time marker on the ghoul infestation. So I think I want to simply continue my actions there. I'm feeling safe there for now. And yeah, we have still time to improve our heroes, and then we can still maybe in the next turn or even the turn after that, we can then start to take care of the blights, for example. Okay. So let's see. I'm considering for now as an action, I think I want to use this one here, the rally, as long as we are here as a big crew. I want to use the rally, but before we do that, I got to draw an event card. And by the way, now of course the secret paths and the treasure maps, they are both exhausted now. That's not too great. So now eluding here becomes a little harder, but remember there's the rousing melody, so everyone can use the trickery at that point. Okay, and yeah, let's simply leave that here. Okay, cool. So, let me see. I think I want to start with this guy. Yeah. And I'm not going to search again, although it would be a good idea, but I think it's even better to use the rally now as long as we are all together here. So I'm going to exhaust that to allow all heroes at your location to gain 1 grace. However, before I do that, I got to draw an event card. And that's the twist of fate. Okay. It's funny how the smallest thing can turn your day around. Roll 1 die and take the highest. Okay, so let's see. That's a 5. Okay, it says +1 die on all rolls for the rest of this turn. That means that only means for him, right? But that's cool. So, yeah, I'm going to use the rally. Do I? Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to use the rally action anyway. Exhaust to allow all heroes at your location to gain 1 grace. Up to default value. I think this is pretty awesome. And that's pretty much it. And then we've got to elude again from the zombies. I'm going to use my trickery. So, yeah. And we got a 4, which is good enough. We got to subtract 1, but a 3 is good enough for eluding the zombies. Okay, so that's basically the turn of this guy. Okay. Then it's her, and I think she, Does she want to search one more time? I'm not sure about that. Interesting question. Well, yeah, I think I want to search here. Makes sense. So, but before we can do that, we got to draw an event card. And that says upheaval. Dark magic is notoriously unstable. Who knows what it will do next? Remove all blights from your current location and create an equal number of new blights. Well, that could be dangerous. The curse goes away, which is good, but the zombies weren't too impressive. So, let's see, we're going to draw another map card. And that means we have a dark fog, and I think the dark fog isn't too great. I think it is bad for searching. That kind of sucks. There we go. Yeah, +2 search difficulty. Yeah, that sucks. So we want to get rid of that. And the other one is shades. Okay. So where are they? Shades. There we go. There are the shades. They're not too bad either. Basically very similar to the zombies, but they're easier to fight. The zombies were easy to elude. The shades are easy to fight. So that's okay. The the dark fog though, that sucks. So yeah, we got to try to get rid of the dark fog. That is definitely a problem. So I'm gonna try to attack that. So what I do is I'm gonna when I attack a blight, that's an action. I got to reduce my my stealth by 1, and then I'm allowed to roll 2 dice because of the skewer, and I'm gonna need a 5 or higher. Yeah, that's not great, but I think I gotta do it. So yeah, I want to do it. And I have that. I got a 5 and a 6, which is amazing. So that means I managed to destroy the dark fog. Pretty cool. And actually that was kind of lucky. Otherwise I would have lost a turn. That would have been really bad. So that's an ugly one. But it's okay. It's that way it wasn't too bad. And okay, I couldn't search. My turn is over. But still, that wasn't too bad. I got to fight the shades. I need a 3 in combat. Let me see. I guess I'm going to use the skewer, the tactic of the Amazon. So, oh fuck that. That was ugly. That's not good. That means I'm going to lose. You can see here, fail. So we're going to lose 1. We die, right? And to prevent that from happening, we have to reduce our grace, which isn't too great. But okay, we got that ghost mail, so it's also not that bad. Okay. Then I think I want to play the wizard. So I'm going to draw another event. It says haunt. The air grows suddenly cold. Though you hear no footsteps, you can feel eyes on your back. Okay. Compared to stealth, we got a stealth of 5, So it is just a wisp. That's not too bad. So I guess I'm also going to try to fight that thing with the Amazon's ability, with the skewer. And we did that. So no problems here. And then I want to search the area. And in this case I only have a single die. And I just made it. So let's see what we find. That's not too great. That is some ashes. And I think that allows it to do an elude attempt. Yeah, cursed ashes. Discard during your turn to ignore the effects of blights for the rest of the turn. Well, actually, that's not so bad. If there are some ugly blights, that could be pretty awesome. There we go. So we're going to take that thing. But sadly, no power card. And then it is... it's a Valkyrie. Oh no, actually first we got to fight the shades. So we got 2 dice, so we need a 3, which we have. Okay. And then it's the Valkyrie. We're going to draw another event. And it says rescue. An ashen face looks up helplessly as the creature prepares to strike. You have only moments to intervene. Well, that's not bad at all, but there's quite something at stake here. So we could try to elude or we could fight that thing. Now it's the Amazon. Actually, it's not that easy. It's not easy at all. Okay, I think I want to elude using the trickery. So we got 3 dice, but we need a 5. Let me see, I want to check that first. Yeah, no, it obviously makes sense. Yeah, let's do that. And we have that. Very, very good. That's cool because that gives us 1 grace. The Amazon already has a ton, but still is not a bad thing. And then I want to search. And we made it. So we're going to check what we find. And again, it's not exactly what we were looking for. It's some kind of bag. Vanishing dust. Yeah. Discard after a failed elude roll to make it a success. That's not terribly great. However, we could give this to someone else. Because I have a ton of grace and stealth. So for me it's not such a bad thing if I miss an elude roll. Maybe she won't need one or will need one, but I actually have a feeling that it might be even more useful for the wizard. So I'm going to give him this vanishing dust here. By the way, there is no limit on how many of these items you can carry. Okay, so overall that wasn't super successful. Didn't get any power cards. But okay, this guy, she has to fight the shades. So she needs a 3. And she did that. Very good. So let's see what the wizard does, or the necromancer does. So we might pretty soon come to a point where we have to react on him or somehow. We cannot stay there forever, but maybe one more turn. We'll see about that. Okay, that is a 3. So again, he doesn't see anyone. And he moves here into the forest. That's not a bad thing. Doesn't move into the swamp. I wouldn't have liked that. This forest is okay for now. So he's going to generate another blight there. So we're going to see confusion in the forest. There we go. The confusion allows no tactics. That isn't great. The problem is, if we want to get rid of the thing is, if you want to get rid of the confusion, first you got to get rid of the shroud, because the shroud protects the confusion. But you can use no tactics to get rid of the shroud, so that makes it kind of hard to do it. But okay, it's not a good. It's not a good combination. Okay. So, what are we going to do now? I think I want to stay there for one more turn. Do I? It's a tough call because, you know, if the guy moves into the village, things might get ugly. We have then 4 blights there. That's not great. And there is a good chance that this will actually happen. But I don't have a feeling that I'm already ready. I'm not quite as happy with my situation. I think I want to try to get these 2 heroes. They didn't manage to really get an advantage, and also the wizard isn't that strong. So I definitely want to try to get better here. And so we start again, and well, who goes first? Well, I don't know. I think it doesn't matter too much. I think I'm going to go first with the scout again. I'm going to flip all these markers here. I really hope I don't stay too long there. There is a risk involved. There's no doubt about that. But I want to do it anyway. So let's see. We got a lick. Okay. The air is filled with foul magic, twisting your nose and scalding your tongue. A sickly green light blossoms from its staff. So it has a fighting and an elude value of 5. And on a failure we would die. Well, that's not too great. That's not too great at all. Let me think about one thing. I think I can also now trade this vanishing dust, and I might consider doing so. Yeah, it's actually allowed to do that at any time. Basically, all the heroes in the same space share all the items they have, right? So I can give the vanishing dust now to her. So in case I fail the elude check, I can simply use the dust, and I don't lose another grace, because that is painful. So yeah, let's do that. We need a, let me see, what, I can use 2 dice to, no, I gotta use the elude thing. So I'm gonna roll 3 dice, and I need a 6th. That's not gonna be easy. But we do have that. We actually have 2 6s. Pretty awesome. So we don't have to use this dust. That's cool. And now I can search, and I got the awareness, which allows me to use an extra die. And we got 2 successes, so let's hope for something good. That's not too great. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. What the heck is this? This is a Forgotten Shrine, which would give me 2 grace. That's not bad. However, this thing here, the Skull Token, discard after the Necromancer's movement roll to move him to any location except the monastery instead of where he would otherwise move. That's pretty awesome, because I can then move him to the ruins. Wait a minute. I could either to any location, right? Yeah, so I could actually move him even to the mountains. That's pretty awesome, because there's only a single blight. So I think I want that Skull Token. It's also not quite what I was looking for, but I think that thing might help. There you go. Okay, cool. That might give us the time. Maybe we should now move. It's interesting. I could move. Shit. I'm not good enough to already go into the village and try to fight here. I'm just not good enough. It really sucks. I need a few more cards here. So, I'm going to play now the wizard. And that says Unfriendly Eyes. The Necromancer's spies are everywhere. Count the blights in your location. Okay, so we got 1. So it says spend 1 stealth or lose 1 grace. Well, that's not so bad. I mean, I'm going to... it's not that great too. Losing a stealth isn't great, but we can control the Necromancer. So I think in the end it would not be that bad. Okay, then I can roll and... it's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll for searching. I fucked it up. Now here's the thing. I could now use the Visions of Death to give the wizard another search attempt. Question is that really what I want to do? Tough call. I think I will. I think I will do that. So I'm deactivating this, and I'm gonna allow the wizard to roll a second die, and that is a success. So now, draws a card. And that's pretty awesome. That is a supply cache. So he's allowed to draw 2 power cards and choose 1. That is not bad at all. The Fiend Fire, exhaust to fight with 5 dice. That's cool. That one here, the Invisibility. Plus 2 dice when eluding. Okay. Deactivate and exhaust if you fail a combat or use another tactic. I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? This one is also great. Yeah, great. Boy. I mean, you know, I think I might go with the Invisibility. This is a one-time action. I mean, on the other hand, you know, I got the Arcane Energy, which would allow me to basically discard it, and then I could use it again. So that's pretty cool, you know. And then I could do 1 hide action, and I could use this thing again twice, basically. Right? So that's also pretty awesome. There is no doubt about that. And even the other guys could use that as long as we are in the same space. That's interesting. The Fiend Fire. You know, I'm not sure about it. What are the values here? I mean, of course, invisibility is a good thing for the wizard. There is no doubt. He's not very good. He doesn't have a ton of grace. Boy, it's a tough call. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with the Fiend Fire. Especially if we stay together as a group. Also, the others could use it. He basically simply can hide and can try to refresh it. He could also gather mana, which would help him to evade and all, and the others might be able to protect him. And maybe someone else draws a tactic which allows him to elude with 2 dice or something. And I mean, he's got the trickery with the 3 dice. So as long as we stay together, as he stays with others, he's actually in a pretty good shape. Or not in a great, but he's okay, I think. And the Fiend Fire, I think it can be really powerful, especially against the stronger blights. That's, I guess that's something we want. Okay. You could, for example, move into the village, you know, destroy the curse, and then the others might also move in. And yeah, that sounds all pretty reasonable. I think I want to do it that way. Cool. So that was his action. And then he's got to evade the shades, or he's going to fight them. You can choose, and he's going to fight them with 2 dice. And he did it. He only needed 3. So, and then it's... oh, that was actually his action. And did he start, or did the Valkyrie actually start? I think the Valkyrie did, and she got that skull token, if I'm not mistaken. Not the Valkyrie, the scout. Okay, that means now... I think I want to play with the Bard and draw an event. And that is a Mind Leech. Your thoughts grow sluggish, your mind wanders. By the time you realize it's an attack, it's nearly on top of you. Okay, we got to compare it to stealth. We have a stealth of 5, so it's a mature one. Okay, so it does a combat of 5 or a elude of 4. So I want to try to elude with my trickery, of course. And I have a 5, which I needed. Very good. So we managed to get around this thing. And then I also want to search. And I did it. So I'm allowed to draw a card. And very good. That is another supply cache. So 2 cards, 2 power cards for me. So let's see what we got here. That would be the Soaring Melody. Deactivate all melodies and optionally activate. Take a free action. Heroes at your location gain 1 grace when they destroy a blight. Deactivate and exhaust if your grace decreases. Not sure about that one. I really like the Rousing Melody. So, and that, I would have to deactivate that. So maybe I don't want to use that. And that says Legend Lore. Interesting. That's another one which is immediately. Look at the top 5 cards of the mystery deck. Draw 1 and shuffle the rest back in. Then remove this card from the game. That is an interesting thing. I think I want to do that. I think I want to use that, which might then help us to find clues. So the top 5 cards. Okay, the card I've chosen is the Common Cause. There is strength in unity, By coming together in common cause, you can accomplish things none of you could do alone. Yeah, because I'm on this, on this path anyway somehow, that we try to stay together. It seems to me like this would be a fitting card. So first, because here's a 1, that means we get 1 clue right away. Yay, our first clue. And now we got these keys here, right? So any time we fulfill one of these things, we have to place a key there so that we cannot do this a second time. What that means is +1 clue if there are 2 heroes here at once, +2 clues if there are 3 heroes here at once, and inspiration if there are 4 heroes here at once. That means each hero could draw a power card. So that means if we stay together on that card, we basically would gain 3 clues right away and would be allowed to draw a power card. That's obviously awesome. Question is, where will the card show up? As long as it doesn't show up in the forest, I'm basically fine with it. I do not necessarily want it in the mountains because I want to send the necromancer there. But the village or the swamp would be great, especially the village. Would be absolutely awesome. So, of course, the castle would be the best, there is no doubt. So we got to roll a die to see where it shows up. And that is a 1. Yeah, that's not too great. That's the mountains. But okay. We got to live with that somehow. It's not exactly what I wanted, because basically I want to take care of the village before the wizard shows up there. But we'll find a way to deal with these things, I guess. And then we can still move up to the mountains. We got these cards here. He's got the teleportation. She's got the cross country, which allows it to move 2 spaces. So I think there are options to deal with this. Yeah, so that was his action, right? The common cause. And then it's the Valkyrie. And no, actually, first he's got to fight the shades. He's got to use the tactics of the Amazon. So, and he didn't do it. Shit, that's a problem. That is definitely a problem, because that means he dies. The reason why this is bad is that he loses a grace, and that says now we have to deactivate and exhaust the rousing melody. That's not a good thing at all. Is there anything we could do against that? No, there isn't. So it seems like we have to refresh. We have to hide with these guys. It's not too cool, but okay. There's probably no way around that either. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the situation here. But okay. Such is life. Okay, then it's the Valkyrie. So first we got to draw an event. A fissure. Corrosive magic has left a tear in the world, leading to everywhere and nowhere. Okay, lose 1 grace. It sucks. You may move to any location except the monastery. That doesn't really help us terribly. Yeah. No, I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to stay there and try to find something there. So yeah, I'm a little unlucky now, but okay. So I'm going to search. And I made it, so I'm allowed to draw something here, and luckily we find another supply cache. It's very cool. It says death from above. Fight with 3 dice. Lose 1 stealth unless you deactivated sprout wings earlier this turn. Wait a second, what is that? No, we don't have that. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Especially with her ability to raise the stealth of that hero to the current stealth to her. Let's see what else we have. Sprout wings, look at that. Activate and lose 1 stealth. Deactivate to move to any location as a free action. Holy crap, that's pretty strong too. Still, I gotta fight a few blights, so I think I'm gonna take the death from above. I'm not super happy with it, but I think it's okay. Okay, now we want to fight the shades. We're gonna use the skewer. We need a 3, which we have. Okay, it's the end of the turn, and now it's the wizard. That is a 3. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough call, you know. 3 would place another blight here. He would stay in the forest, which isn't too bad. And it would place another blight there. Now the question is, do we want to allow that to happen? The question is, do we want to move into the forest? I don't really think so. We don't need to go there necessarily. You know what? I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to ignore this, and I'm thinking I'm going to let him place a blight there. In the forest, so these are revenants. That's not too bad. They don't really affect us, you know. I mean, as long as we don't want to go there, we're good. And basically, I think we don't want to go there. Okay, so what do we want to do? Well, I think for now, my idea is to move all our guys here into the mountains to solve the common cause. And by the way, I forgot to move darkness, and I forgot to place a marker here. I want to do one last turn because it's so awesome. So, I'm going to move into the mountains now. We've been there for long enough now, and I'm not completely happy with what we have found, but it could have been better. And, you know, if we solve the common cause, we might then already be at 4 clues or something, and then we might do the trials or what. So we might have accomplished something by then. So let's see. First we're going to activate all that stuff. Problem is a little bit that this guy is in really bad shape. I mean, he's not in a terrible shape, but he cannot... Shit, I would love to use the rousing melody, and I can't do that. But here's the thing. We don't really have to be all there. Yes, yeah, there are 4 heroes there at once. So, I mean, however, I could try, but it's an action. But it says take a free action. So I could, during this turn, I could refresh. It's kind of tricky. I'm considering refreshing this thing during this turn, and then next turn moving there first. But I'm not sure if it's such a great idea. I don't think so, to be honest. No, I don't think so. Because I want to bring this guy into the castle in the next turn. So we want to all be in the mountains. I think that's a better idea. Okay, at first seems like the guy has not the time to play a melody at the moment. We somehow have to deal with him. Okay, or we have to deal with this problem in, I don't know, during a later turn. So we're going to move him. We're going to start with him right away. A dark champion, a mountain of metal and darkness. It bears down on you with the hatred that only the dead can muster. There's the guy. Okay, we have, compared to darkness, that's not too impressive. It's a ghoul. So he has an elude of 3. So 3 dice. We need a 4, which we have. So we're good. And now, simply going to move 1 space into here. I'm going to raise my... No, I'm not allowed to raise stealth. And because we're here now, we have to deal with this guy. So we got to fight the shades again. And again, I can use 3 dice to do it. And we did. Very good, very good. Cool. I think I then want to move with the wizard. So, an event. A ruined golem. The hum of runework mixes with the grind of stone as it catches sight of you and starts to build up speed. Okay, that's not too great. That's 5 of 5. So, yeah. It kind of sucks. I mean, we could use the Fiend Fire here, but you know what? Shit. This is the Vanishing Dust. And then we have the Ashes. Ah, I see. That's kind of sweet. Okay. Here's the thing, I'm gonna try to elude, and if I fuck it up, I can use the Vanishing Dust to prevent my grace loss here, or my death. But I'm pretty bad in eluding. I only have a single die because I cannot use any tactics from other people because of this. The guy stopped playing. Which sucks. Yeah. What is that? That's kind of sweet too. But it doesn't terribly help at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to roll a die here. That is a 4, which isn't good enough. Can I afford to lose a grace? You know what? I think I'm going to take that hit for now and keep the Vanishing Dust for later. So, okay, I've lost here, and I'm going to move over here, try to elude try to fight the shades. So I need a 3. That's not so easy, but I don't want to spend the Fiend Fire, I guess. I think I want to use that. I want to keep that for later for some reason. Yeah, I can do it maybe without. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's not so great. Seems I lose another one. Shit. Okay. Yeah, well. That wasn't too cool, but yeah, okay, such is life. Really got to protect this guy better. So then it is, who comes next? Let's say she does. So she also draws an event. It's a forbidden treasure. Roll a die and pick one. Okay. That is a 4. Gain a vanishing dust. Pretty cool. So we can use that to protect this guy. That's very good. So, but of course we're not in the same space right now, so we cannot do it at the moment. It was her. Wait a minute, it wasn't her turn yet, it was his turn. Okay, and well, that was okay, and then she simply moves over here, and actually this guy should have gained some stealth because of the travel action. It goes only up to 5, so she doesn't get any, but yeah, that's pretty much it. She might give the vanishing dust to him, just to keep him safe before we forget it and are not on the same space anymore or something like this. And then we gotta fight the shades, but we can use the skewer here. No, we blew it. Boy, that's not too great. But that's not so bad either. We lose a activate when you suffer or fail a death. So we can activate this now, and that means we can then again re-roll a die basically, or get another die to our rolls if we need one. So that's not such a bad thing actually. And now we are 3, by the way, here. So that means we already get now 3 clues. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty good. The first one when there are 2 heroes. Second one where there are 3 heroes. And now we want to bring the other lady also over there. But did she fight? No, she didn't. Yeah, she did. She fought the shades and fucked it up. But that's okay. And now it's the scout. She's got to draw an event. It says Barghest. It creeps through the mist, slowly circling around you. Its eyes glow like coals. Okay, so yeah, I'm not terribly good. I think I wanna try to elude, because then I lose only a stealth, which is better than losing than losing the other one. Than dying, obviously. Okay, so let's see. I didn't do it. Shit. Oh boy, so we're gonna lose a stealth. It's not so great, but it's also not that terribly, because we simply now move over there and we regain that stealth. So basically, wasn't any disadvantage. We couldn't have gone to 6 anyway through the travel action. So that was okay. And now we're here, and now it's the common cause. So now basically we should have placed the keys here, but that's not necessary for this situation. We get the inspiration here, which is awesome, because the inspiration allows every hero to draw a power card. And we solve that mystery. So we start with the Bard. Says Clarion Melody. Deactivate all melodies and optionally activate. Take a free action. -1 search difficulty at your location. Deactivate the... okay, that's not too great. We probably will not search terribly much anymore. So it's not such a fantastic card. But okay. Scout. Explore. That is awesome. Action, travel and refresh all your powers. That's a fantastic card. This is super powerful. Absolutely great. The Valkyrie. Soul Harvest. Bonus. When any hero destroys a blight, if this card is active, deactivate it and gain a spark. Otherwise, activate. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. The first time, it seems to me, the first time a hero destroys a blight, we can activate the card. Because at that time it isn't active yet. And then we can, when the second hero destroys a blight, we can deactivate the card again, and so on. So that's pretty cool. That gives us additional dice. That's a very good card. Now we get the powerful ones. Very cool. And this one here, the Rune of Misdirection. Deactivate all runes. Activate. When the Necromancer would roll for movement, roll 2 dice and choose one as his result. Well, might be useful, but I don't really think so. I think I want to keep the decay. I mean, yeah, I think I want to keep the decay out of the game. And if I would activate that rune here, I had to deactivate the Rune of Nullification, which I probably don't want to do. So that wasn't too great, but okay. These two cards are really powerful cards. Now I feel much more comfortable moving into the village and destroying some blights there, and we already have 4 clue tokens, yeah. So overall, and that was, I think, I'm done now with all my heroes. So overall, that was a pretty good turn again. No, actually I have to fight the shades here. I can do that with... Who was the last one that moved? Was it the Valkyrie or her? I think it was her. Okay, so that means... it kind of sucks. Yeah, I can only roll a single die and we need a 3 or higher, which we don't have. Fuck it. That's not a good thing at all. Okay, it means we're gonna lose 1 grace, it seems. There's nothing I can do against that. I mean, I have the ghost mail, but then I would lose. I mean, I could do it at the start of the next turn. Could reduce this by 1, go up here, and then I would travel anyway. So I would regain my... Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. I should not forget that. Yeah, if I travel, then this will go up again, so I basically can do that. Shit, I could have done that before, man. That was stupid. I should have done that by the end of the last turn, you know. Bring this down 1 space, this would have gone up, and then during the travel step, I could have brought it up again. But okay, I forgot about that. That's really a shame. It's pretty... whatever. Okay, but it's not that bad, you know, we can still do it. So it will still help us. But yeah, it wasn't great either. Actually, fuck. You know, that really bothers me, because the thing is, I mean, but I can still, you know, after this, I can give the ghost mail then to this guy, and then he can also travel and do basically the same, and then we are both back at 2 grays. I think that's definitely something we might want to do, and I could have done that a turn earlier too. So I wasn't too clever. But okay. So now we got to do the wizard. No, that's the wrong token. The darkness goes up 1 space. We're going to roll for the movement of the wizard. That's a 6. So that's not good, because he now sees all of us. And that means he would move toward the closest hero. He would move into the village. I don't want that. I want to use my skull token now. Discard after the necromancer's movement roll to move him to any location instead of where he would otherwise move. So now we're going to use that thing, finally. And I want to send him to the castle, you know. He's fine there. And by the way, yeah, we should do that later. I'm going to do that in a minute. So he moves to the castle. He's going to create a blight there. And that is an evil presence. Okay. Wow. So that means that -1 die when eluding there. But honestly, I don't care too much. I doubt that we will go there again. So that's okay. And I forgot to this thing here, because we had to place a 5th token there now. The ghoul infestation. Yeah, the ghouls will eat the guys in the castle, and we simply ignored that, but okay. And that means now the darkness will raise by 1. But okay, it's at 6 and we are in a really good shape. So I'm not too afraid of this. Okay, yeah, so I guess that's it for now. I think we're in a good shape, you know, it's not too dangerous. Okay, here we got 4 blights, but hey, who cares? We're not going there, so it's very unlikely that this guy will go there too. And we can now simply move all together to the village and try to fight here all that crap, especially that's kind of interesting, you know. How can I deal with the curse? Shit, that's an issue, you know. That's I see the point here. You know, I'm actually considering moving the wizard there alone. Fuck. That's a risk. If I move the wizard there alone, he could destroy the curse with the fiend fire, right? He could do that. But it will take him 2 turns. That's why I want to move him alone, because if I move all the others, they will all lose 1 grace. And that's not a great thing. It's actually a pretty big deal that I forgot to use the ghost mail. That really bothers me now. Okay, it seems to me that maybe I have to send a good fighter, which would probably be the Amazon then. Because she still has a bit of grace. So if she moves in here, she loses 1 grace, and then she can try to destroy the curse. But she better is successful with that. Otherwise it's a problem, because kind of would it would otherwise block us a little bit, you know. And fuck, I'm not too happy with the situation there, to be honest. Yeah, kind of sucks. But then again, I would have the time to reactivate the rousing melody. You know, I could do that. Someone could kill the shades. And someone could simply search there, hoping to find something useful. Yeah, maybe that's what I want to do, but I'm not positive about it, to be honest. Doesn't look terribly cool to me. I mean, the other option would be you know, I could also I could also move, for example, the wizard here and do the trials. I could teleport there, but I have to... nah. We'll see about these things. I'm not sure about that yet. There's a lot... it's a little complicated now. But you know, the thing is, I'm still in a very, very good position. This is at 6, okay? And... I mean, okay, we got to deal with that. We got to deal with this crappy curse. You know, we might even consider... we could actually use the rune of nullification to deactivate the curse. Right? And it might be actually worth it. We could not use the ghost mail then for 1 turn, because it's an item. And we cannot use that crap either. So now it's a little bit... but okay, let's load it up and find a solution for that. Somehow, if things go really worse, we have to somehow take some damage here. There's nothing around that, possibly. What about the corruption? We cannot use bonuses in there. Cannot gain. Nah, it's not great. Well, anyway, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.